Hello everyone, Loremaster here, and today we are doing another episode of our modding tutorial series. Welcome back everyone. I know it's been a couple days, it's been like 5 days, and I'm sorry I haven't been pumping out a bunch of videos. I got finals, which I just finished, and I have high school and just regular life in general. But I promise I'm trying to make this series my #1 priority because I know it sucks when like you're trying to follow a coding tutorial and it just like doesn't upload a lot of videos. I've been there, it's happened before to me, and it really is terrible. So I feel your pain, I promise. I just really need to find time. I have a little bit of time today, so I thought I'd make a quick little tutorial on how to do the creative tabs. So we're gonna do that today. I promise in the next episode we're gonna do more advanced stuff like food and armor and tools, and we might even get into within this week we'll probably get into like custom block sizes and maybe GUIs, I don't know, GUIs, however you want to say them. We'll see. But today is just gonna be a quick one because I don't have a lot of time, but I promise new videos are gonna be coming out very soon. And today we're gonna, like I said, set the creative tab. So if you've ever been in the creative tab inventory menu in creative mode, you'll know that there's like different tabs and sections for like the materials and the blocks and the armor and all that stuff. So we're gonna make our own creative tab specifically for our mod. That way you don't need to do like all the commands to give yourself the items like /give player, Ruby, that sort of thing, so that your players, when they download the mod, can actually like find it in the creative inventory and build with it, and it'll also be easier for testing for all of us while we're testing the mod. So let's just jump right into it. It's pretty simple. You don't need to make any new classes or anything like that. Just go to your tutorial.java, which is right here, or whatever you named it, you know, in your com.loremaster.tutorial package. And if you remember, we have the public init, pre-init, and post-init. Right below the post-init, this is where we're gonna put the like setup for our tab, just because I like it. It's like a very nice space to put it. I feel like it's like very empty, and it makes sense to put it right here. You could make your own class, technically your own Java class, but I just feel like it's so unnecessary, so we're just gonna put it here. And just make a couple spaces right below post init, public void post init, and you're gonna want to type public static creative tabs with a capital C and then creative and a capital T in tabs, then tab lowercase t and then capital T in tutorial. And this is pretty much going to be the name of your like creative tab. So for example, like it doesn't really matter because we'll change the actual name later, but just put it tab, name it tab, and then whatever the name of your mod is. So for example, if your mod is the like cool armor mods, it would be the tab cool armor, or tab magic mod, or whatever. So my mod is named tutorial, obviously, so we're just gonna name it tab tutorial, and this is gonna equal new creative tabs, again with a capital C and a capital T, creative tabs, and then in parentheses we're gonna have quotation marks, and tab underscore tutorial is going to be our little ID that we're going to use. And instead of putting a little semicolon, put a curly bracket and just press enter. And inside this curly bracket, we are going to add some more stuff. So make a little space actually, and add an @override. Sorry, with a capital O, override. And below this, you're going to want to type public item stack get tab with a capital T, icon with a capital I, and item with a capital I. And you're gonna put some parentheses around that too, and a little curly bracket after that, and press enter. And inside of here, now you're actually gonna add one more thing, and we're just gonna put return new item stack with a capital I and a capital S. And in these parentheses, or is it quotation marks or parentheses? I think it's parentheses. Yeah, quotation marks are the little thingy things that hang down. These things. I always get it messed up. I don't know why. But anyway, inside of your parentheses is what I meant to say. You're gonna want to basically type, and this is gonna be whatever icon you want to represent your tab. So for whatever picture will represent it. So if you've ever been in the creative tab menu, you'll know like I don't know exactly which is for what, but I know like for the materials page, it's like an ingot, I think, and for like the building blocks tab, it's like I think it's like a brick block or something, but anyway, it's the icon that like it makes the tab look cool. So for us, I'm gonna make it mod items.ruby, because I just feel like the ruby kind of represents our mod, because we have the ruby block. So I'm gonna make that kind of like the header of our tab, and right below here on the second to last curly bracket, just add a semicolon, and that should get rid of any errors. Also add a semicolon at the end of this as well, I forgot to mention that. And if you save, that should make this all good. There shouldn't be any errors. If there are, then you did something wrong, I think. But this is all good. So now we actually have our creative tab, but we need to add items to it, obviously. So open up all of the Java classes of the items that you made. So item obsidian ingot, item ruby, if we go to blocks, block ruby. So open all the blocks and items that you made, and you're going to want to add a string to the bottom of them. So for example, we're going to start in item obsidian ingot, and below all the stuff we set here, we're going to put set creative tab with a capital C and a capital T, and we're going to put in parentheses, not quotation marks. Yep, finally got it right this time. Tutorial.tab tutorial, or whatever you named it. It'll be different depending on how you named it. Obviously, just change the names around based on the name of your mod. It shouldn't be that hard. A lot of people get errors a lot of people come to me with errors, and it's just because they accidentally put tutorial when they meant to put their own mod name. So don't get messed up by that. I'm sorry if it's a little confusing. Just change it based on the name of your mod, and also what you put down here. So just to let people know, it's tutorial.tab tutorial, because we have tab tutorial right here, and it is inside of the tutorial.java. So that's why. Anyway, you're gonna want to add this little string to every single item and block that you have inside of that class. Every single one. Just add it to the bottom of here, and you're gonna want to save all. And now also, this is when you would add a max stack limit. So normally the max stack limit for items is 64, but if you wanted to make it 86 or 90 or 100, this is where you would change it. It's just like set max item stack. And then you set it there. It's pretty simple. Nothing really hard to worry about. I'm not going to do it because I want all my blocks to be 64 stacks. But just save all. And the last thing we have to do is set a name for our tab. So if we go to our lang inside of assets, en_us.lang, inside of here, let me just close all these blocks actually. I kind of organized it a bit. I added blocks and items. Just a little thing I should mention. If you ever want to make a note inside of Eclipse or Java, just add 2 slashes, and then you can type whatever you want, and it won't be counted as code because it'll be like a note to yourself. So I just organized them so that we have our block names right here and our item names right here, and I'm just gonna put //creative creative tab, and below here we're gonna name it. So you're gonna want to name it item group with a capital G dot whatever you put right here. So I put tab_tutorial. So we're going to put tab_tutorial. And this is going to be equaling, or sorry, yeah, no, it is going to be equaling. Yes, that's correct. Whatever the name of your thing is. So I'm just going to name mine tutorial mod tab. Pretty simple. If yours was more armor mod, you'd want to put more armor mod, or more armor mod tab, or something like that, whatever you want to name it. And we're going to save here, and I will see you guys inside of the game. Alright guys, so welcome back. We are inside of the game now. I loaded it up, and you can see we have our ruby and our ruby block and our obsidian ingot. And if we go into a creative menu, if you're not, you can just do / game mode creative, but we're already in creative mode, so just press E, and if you see, you'll have a second page here. These are the creative tabs I was talking about, and there is our creative tab. If you press the right arrow, you can see it's called tutorial mod tab, and we set the tab icon again to ruby. You can change that to whatever item you want, just to like whatever you want to be the header of your mod. So I made it the ruby, and if we click on it, you can see here we have all of our items. So you don't need to do /give player item anymore to get your items. You can just pull them right from the creative inventory, just to show you that they do work, and you can throw them on the ground and they are totally functioning. So yeah, now you have a creative inventory tab which you can use and your players can use, which is really helpful, and I'm really glad if it worked. If it didn't, again, let me know. You should have no errors, but let me know if there are any errors. A lot of people have been coming to me with errors, and they're just really simple mistakes that people are forgetting, like accidentally putting capitals where there's not supposed to be, or misspelling things, stuff like that. So just make sure you're really paying attention, and maybe go through the tutorial multiple times if you have to. But yeah, again, feel free to like let me know if you have any issues, because I'll be happy to try and help and look over your pastebin. But that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for creative tabs and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed and this helped you a little bit. And next episode we'll be covering some more advanced topics. I know this was kind of a short one, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.